Thank you for tuning in to Words of Woods. I'm your host, T. Woods today. My guest today is a tremendous businessman, and he's no stranger to hard work and hustle. He is a man with many talents and a good friend of mine, also known as a brother to me. We got Mr. Social in the building.
What's up, man? How you doing?
How you feeling, man?
Good, good. Glad to be here.
I appreciate you for coming out, dog. Appreciate you for coming out.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take it back to where it all started. All right, you're no stranger to hard work and hustle. We know that, big social, Mr. Social. So tell me about the very first job you ever had, or, the very first, source of income or hustle that you came up with, to put some money in your pocket.
I think I always had it in me. I would have to say what I can remember would have to be in middle school, from just selling like candy in the lockers. But if you remember, like when Crank That came out, Soulja Boy, he had the rubber band chains. I used to make them, and I used to sell them. So I sold them like non-stop in middle school. I forgot what grade that was when Soulja Boy was popping, but that was probably one of the first of many hustles I had that was really profitable.
How much were you selling the rubber band chains for?
I think I was selling them rubber band chains like $20 or something like that.
$20?
15 or 20 or something like that,
Relaxing.
yeah. Yep, I think what made me start selling them was because I made them for myself at first. I think I was going through Easton Mall, and somebody, I think it was a high schooler or something like that, came up to me and bought one off me and said, "Hey, I'll give you $30 for this chain." And I'm like, "What? This dude bought it off me?" So I'm like, from there on, I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta sell them." And after that, it was on from there. And once that died down, the whole Soulja Boy, I just basically was just thinking about, okay, what's another way to get it, It was just anything really, because it was just, I couldn't even tell you what would be the next thing it was, but middle school would be the first.
What was the first job you had?
First job was raising canes. I think I was 15 and a half. I worked at Raising Canes probably for like 3 years, till I was 15, so 3 years. I was working there. I bought my first car from Canes. I think I ended up being a shift captain there. From there, I worked at a job called Skyward Grill, and they basically like a food truck type of job. So basically, they had like a brick and mortar store, and they had trucks that went out every day to like colleges, campuses, and stuff like that. So I was working there, and that was probably my last job. I worked there for a year, and that's when college started. And then from there, I'm like, yeah, I can't work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I was just really trying to figure out, okay, what was my next move with, because I knew for sure that I didn't want to work for nobody else. So really that freshman year of college, I think I was still going back and forth on the weekends, working at that job, Skyward. But more than anything, I was just trying to figure out, okay, what am I about to do next? Like, because I already knew my mentality wouldn't let me work for nobody, so I knew for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yes, sir.
SCA, man, I see it on your jacket, man. Social class apparel.
Yep.
Explain what social class apparel is and what it means to you, and where it all started.
All right. Well, I started social class in high school. It was May 7th, 2013. Remember that date? May 7th, 2013. Me and my homie Chris Sees, he doing the big in NYU right now. He's graduating next month too. I came to him and a couple other my homies, Jalen, and I just said like, hey man, I want to do something new. I want to start a clothing line. Like I'm tired of wearing other people's clothes. I think something big back then was like Pink Dolphin, Diamond Supply, all them type, lines and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I feel like I gotta, I'm popular enough to wear my own stuff and have people wear it. But starting off, it was just me trying to wear my own clothes. So I started making my own designs. My logo is a door and three steps. The goal of the whole social class apparel is, the logo is the door. The door is the all-time goal in life. So the three steps are the three social classes. So you got your high class, middle class, and low class. Basically, the meaning from that is you could be in any class in life and have the same goal as somebody else in a different class than you. So I try to wrap all my designs around that, that goal in general. So the new design I got out now is the north side of Columbus, because that's where I'm from. And that really took off. From there, it was just, it's a number of things.
I understand it. What's one of your favorite designs, if you can, think of one?
One of the favorite designs I would have to say would be, Favorite design, besides this one, the north side of Columbus, well, all the sides of Columbus, just because of how good they're doing, would have to be Ohio Plug would be my favorite. And that's basically the same thing as Ohio and has a plug on it. And I just feel like that was my favorite one because me and Chris really sat, like we was up all night just trying to figure out a new design. Like, man, what's something dope that, you know, everybody, not just in our city, can rock and, you know, and really rep. And I think the Ohio Plug was just the biggest one. I think we had like 4 or 5 different mock designs that we went through, and I think the one we came up with was the one, probably was the second one we came up with, but we was up all night doing that. But that was probably my favorite one, and it's still out now, but that probably came out in 2013 as well. And it's my favorite because I think I sold the most of that one. That's probably coming second to this one now, but yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, man, Ohio Plug is definitely one of my favorites too. All right, so we got social class apparel. Let's talk about social customs, man. So tell us about, you know, how'd you get into social customs and what exactly is social customs? Because a lot of people may not know about social customs or even know that you dealt with that type of business.
I also did like automotive detailing, so just full customization. I did like the wraps, so the matte black wraps. I did all color wraps and matte. What made me start was I had a Lexus ES300, and I think I was tired of how the rims look, and I'm like, man, well, how can I, you know, I don't want to buy no rims. I ain't got enough money to buy no rims right now, so what can I do to make my car, you know, spice my car up? So I was just like YouTubing how to like, you know, paint my rims and stuff like that, and then I found like this paint that I was able to use to paint my rims, and then from there I painted my own. Came back to school because I think this was my freshman year when I started social customs. Came back to school and people was like, man, do my rims, and then from there on it kind of took off with the rims part. Then I think I tinted out my taillights. I learned how to do that from YouTube. Everything I did was off YouTube. I learned how to do YouTube. I didn't take no classes or anything like that. So I think that it was that. And then my homie Chubbs, shout out to Chubbs, because he was the one that basically said, bro, just use my car and do a full dip. And I'm like, man, you sure? I mean, I ain't never did it before. And he's like, man, just do it. So I remember we went to Lowe's one day. We got all the paint I needed to do it. I YouTube one more time how to paint the car, how to mask off the hole, everything I need to do. And I think we was out doing that car for like 8 hours. We was outside. We was like, I think we was right out front, what I forgot.
We was in the back of the little parking lot.
Yeah, we're in the pit. So in our in the campus we had a pit for like the college students for parking, and I painted his car back there, and it was matte black. And then from there it was just like we posted it on Instagram and stuff like that, Twitter, and it just went crazy. People was like, oh, I need mine done. And I'm like, man, do I want to do this? Like, I know how long it took me. And then from there on, I'm like, you know what, I'm about to really perfect the craft. So I think I'll try my own car. But at that time, I made enough money from the rims to buy a sprayer. And from there, I'm like, you know what, it just took off. Like I made a Instagram for it and Twitter for it with hashtag social customs. So I started doing like the wraps, the rims, the tint, audio installation, everything like that. And that was, I'm still doing it. It was booming since my freshman year. So that's going on like 3 years now. I've been doing that. So
that's dope. Do you have a favorite car that you worked on, or a series of cars that you worked on?
I think my favorite car it had to be 2. I think I did a like a C-Class Mercedes matte black, and I just think it was so dope because at that time it was like a 2014 I did, so it was like it was like a brand new car I did, and I'm like, dang, this dude trusted me to do his car, and it came out dope. So it was just like, man, I felt good, like, dang, I'm really out here. So that, and I think it was a what was that? It was a Camaro. I don't know what year it was. I mean, it was a newer Camaro I did. But it's basically the owner of, I think that's a BP, whatever that gas station is on 161. He's the owner of that gas station once you get off the exit. So I was like, man, that's dope. If somebody older, heard about me, I'm like, and he said he heard about me from word of mouth. He saw somebody's car I did, and he got my contact information, and I did it like the next week after. And I think those are my 2 favorite cars, I had to say.
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we got social class apparel,
Mm-hmm.
social customs. It doesn't stop there though. Agent Elijah Ron Eatmon. Explain, you know, a lot of people don't know that you're an insurance agent also.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how you got into that, you know, the business endeavors that you're involved in.
Well, I got my insurance license. It's going on 2 years now. So I got it 2 years ago in June. And really, it's just a family business. My dad, he's been an insurance agent for like 20 years now. And he basically was getting out of the business. And I'm like, man, this, you know, he put me through school on this income and salary. So I'm like, man, he has his own office. You know, he works for himself. And when I was younger, I didn't understand. I'm like, man, this is boring. I don't want to do this, Dad. I'm cool. And then it just dawned on me like, man, this could be the next step. Like, this could be the next thing. So I'm like, you know what? I went and got my insurance license, and from there it was history. Like
before you get into everything, you know, that comes with the insurance, how was the process of getting that? You know, because I experienced it firsthand. You know, watching you. So how was that experience? You know, in the process of getting your insurance license and things like that.
Man, that process was crazy. Like, it was wild. Like the initial class itself is 40 hours. But it's so much work that you got to put in with the class. Or you got to actually, like the class I went to was like a whole week, so it was 5 days, and it was 40 hours. So it was from like 8 to 5 or something like that each day, something like that. And it was just nothing but material, material. And there was like an online course that you had to take as well with that. And you just had to remember it. At the end, it was just like, I remember coming home from that, you know, week of being in the class, I still didn't know everything. So I had to be, it probably took me like a month after that to really like get everything down that I need to know. Like, I wasn't going out, I wasn't doing nothing. I was in the house trying to get it in my head, because it wasn't good. Like, I took like they had like little mock exams. I probably failed that exam like twice before I actually got enough courage to go and take it. And the test was like probably like, I think it was like 200 questions. I got like an hour to take it, something like that. I may be wrong, but it was something like that. And yeah, it probably took me like, it took me one take, but I was studying for like a month trying to get that. So when I got it, best believe it was celebration after that, for sure.
All right, so you got it. So explain some of the services that you provide, you know, what you do in the Eatmon agency.
Well, right, so the first thing I got was my property and casualty license, and that basically gives me the ability to sell auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, and all of that. So basically, I started off my first year with just selling that insurance. So I have I'm actually a broker agent. I have a number of companies I do service through. Main one being Erie Insurance, Progressive Insurance, many people may know, Alpha Insurance, Grange, Liberty Mutual, the list goes on. And I just basically started with friends and family, trying to quote their business, to gain their business, see if I can get them a cheaper rate on their insurance, their auto, home. And then the people that I knew had owned businesses as well. I actually, you know, reached out to them to see if I can quote their business. I did a lot of going to like dealerships on weekends. I still do that, just to sit in with the salesmen to see if I can quote the people that they get in business on their auto. And yeah, grind's really not stopping. I don't think I'm doing anything different that I have done. So I don't think it gets any easier. But right now I'm just trying to build my book of business. So biggest thing I'm working on now is just the life, because right now I'm getting my life and health license, and that's the biggest journey right now. That's gonna be, once I do that, it's gonna be a game changer for sure. So I'm just keeping it going, man.
Hey man, that's all you can do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of book of business, all these businesses that you have, that you're involved in, is there something that you would like to get into, or something that, you know, I may not have, you know, spoke on that you're already involved with?
Oh man, I'm trying to do so much. I would think what we didn't speak on, I think I'm working on one more rental property. So I have a rental property right now. I'm managing in Columbus, Ohio. And really just trying to, I think my probably like 5-year goal, I want to have like 5 rental properties, 5 to 6 rental properties up and running, and somebody in them, a tenant in them. So that's one of my biggest, another business venture that I'm really trying to take on. Other than that, man, I'm just keeping it open. Like, I'm just trying to just work as I go. You know, what would be a good thing to do? Like, I thought about lawn care, but I'm still working on that to see if that's something that I really want to get into. Just really anything, man. I'm open to whatever, really. Just trying to make sure it's going to be something that's going to be able to fit me, and that that I'm actually be able to do for sure. That I'm going to be able to start and keep it going like I'm doing everything else.
Hey man, since you're working so hard, man, what do you like to do in your spare time, man? What do you like to do for fun, man?
Man.
How do you enjoy yourself minus all the work that you do?
I really don't stop working, but I mean, I think I just I like to chill out, man. I really don't do too much. I'm really into cars, as you can see. Like, so I like to work on my car, other people's cars, stuff like that. Really just being, regular. I really don't do too much, man. I'm just really, I think I'd be happy if I'm chilling out in the house all weekend, for real. I may go out here and there, but that really doesn't excite me too much. So really just chilling out with fam and friends, really kicking it at the house, that'd probably be what I would say would be, fun for me.
Okay, nothing wrong with it. So what inspires you every day when you wake up to continue to work so hard?
I think what would inspire me to get up and do what I do, I would say just what inspires me is just knowing that it's somebody out there trying to do the same thing that I'm doing, or that it's somebody out there looking up to me, So I think my biggest thing would be to, that it's just not me that's doing this. So it's just like I'm doing this for more than myself. Like people, it's a lot of like younger kids that I grew up around in my neighborhood that basically looked up to me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I were to stop what I'm doing now, when I got so many people that do, look at me as doing the right thing, like friends and family, older people that really, are happy about what I'm doing. So I just feel like that would probably be the biggest thing, like just waking me up every day, like, man, I know I gotta get it, for my family, friends and people that just actually, praying for me every day. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
That's dope, that's dope. Where do you see yourself at in 5 to 10 years?
Where do I see myself? 5 years, I think, of course, I'm gonna have all the businesses I already do have. Those are gonna be, still going crazy. I do plan to, within the next 5 years, I wanna have 2 more offices, agencies, opened up around Ohio, maybe one out of state, as far as insurance. It's so much, man. I really just want to see everything I have planned, just fall into place as far as, everything I do have. And then I can't really speak on what's coming because I don't even know. So whatever it is, I hope that it is, profitable and able to be around 5 years from now. So for sure.
Just keep working hard, man. You should be in a good position, man. Where can people follow you out on social media, in case they want to do some business with you or something like that?
My Instagram for Social Class Apparel is Social Class Apparel. Instagram, my personal Instagram is _Mr. Social. Twitter is Mr. Social. Facebook is Agent Elijah Eatmon. If you want to get a quote, it's eatmonagency.com. That's it. That's it.
I appreciate you for coming out and chopping it up with me today on Words with Words, man. Definitely appreciate it. There you have it, man. Thank you to Mr. Social for coming out and chopping it up with me today. I'm your host, T. Woods. Until next time, see you later.